All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 15, to consider to approve annual indoor... 14?
14, yep.
Oh, wine, I forgot the wine. Consider to approve Class A liquor wine-only applications for July 1st, 2017 to June 30th of 2018.
We have two.
We have two. First one is John Michael Strew and Lisa Marie Strew. Their address is 3220 Hidden Pond Drive Road, Pulaski, Swamico, Wisconsin, 54313. And the trade name is Plants of Distinction, 162 West Pulaski Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin, 54162. And this premises, flower shop and greenhouses.
Question on that now.
Yeah.
It's going to 6/30/2018. Normally, when you would serve wine, you just apply for a license for that day.
That's later. That's wine tasting.
That's wine tasting.
Because they're
Okay.
selling bottles of wine.
Oh, okay. All right.
Year round.
Year round. Oh, okay.
Good question.
And I guess a lot of people do send a bottle along with the flowers nowadays.
Oh. I'll make a motion to approve that.
Is there one more? Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be one.
Okay.
Oh,
Next is Cynthia Beth Muther, 3561 Spring Green, which is old, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 54313. And the full name of the corporation is Mountain Bay Coffee and Gifts LLC. Mountain Bay Coffee and Gifts is located at 1146 Mountain Bay Drive in Pulaski. The shop store at 1146 Mountain Bay Drive, Pulaski. Possible storage for overstock is in the office. And could I have a motion to approve those two licenses
so moved.
with contingencies?
Yes.
By Roger,
Second.
second by Bob Baldwin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 15, to consider to approve the annual indoor entertainment license applications for July 1st, 2017 to June 30th, 2018. We have Tony Antoine Hermanichik, 179 West Pulaski Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin. Zelinsky's Bar and Dance Hall. And it's for the tavern, room, and the dance hall. Next is Bernard William Wicca, 137 South St. Augustine Street, also known as Wicca's Bar. And it's the first floor of bar room. Cynthia M. Ingalls, N. 2293 Lawn Road, Pulaski, 54162. She is the president of Ingalls Mountain Bay Bar and Grill, 104 South Wisconsin Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin. And the last one is Pamela Ann Chavez, N. 8942 Olson Road, Oneida, Wisconsin, 54155. It's for another round located at 110 West Pulaski Street in the bar area. And David Robert Kubiak, 724 South St. Augustine Street, Cocktails, 203 South St. Augustine Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin. And David,
Robert, David Paul, Chachi,
Chachi. Boy.
Joni loves Chachi.
Okay. 156 West Pulaski Street. It's called Phase 2, apparently. 156 West Pulaski Street. Bar area, first floor of building at 156 West Pulaski Street.
This is the last one.
And the last one is James K. Monty, doing business at Cobblestone Hotel and Suites, 1220 Mountain Day Drive, Pulaski, Wisconsin. Cobblestone Hotel and Suites, 1220 Mountain Day Drive, Pulaski, Wisconsin, the lounge and the breakfast room.
Now, these indoor entertainment licenses cover the jukeboxes, or if there's any bands indoors. That's what these licenses, and I need the same contingencies on these as the other ones.
Are they charged the same amount, all establishments?
Yes, with the $10 annual, and if they have the outdoor event, they're charged $25 per event. Like if they have something for polka days outside, they're charged $25.
But they have to apply for that
Yes.
though? Just that time, yeah.
Even for a jukebox they have to apply for?
That's
Really?
that's inside.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve
By Roger.
with the contingencies.
Thank you.
Second.
By Bob, I ask you all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. Number 16, consider approve the annual beer license garden applications for July 1st, 2017 to June 30th, 2018. And there are none. Number 17, consider approve operator bartender license applications ending in 6/30 of 2018. Okay, guess I can handle that. Camara D. Irwin. For Cobblestone, Hotel and Suites, completed the beverage training. This would be pending the approval of the chief. Justin A. Warak for the Cobblestone Hotel in Pulaski. Have not indicated if they've done their beverage permit yet or not. And again, contingent on approval of the chief. Laura A. Sprada, Trailside BP. And she has completed her online training, again contingent on chief's approval. And the final one is Brittany A. Siski,
I think so.
okay. And that would be for Mountain Day Bar and Grill at 138 South Wisconsin Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin. And she did her training online, 1/14/2017. Again, contingent upon approval of the chief.
I'll make that motion.
By Bruce,
Second.
by Doug. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 18, to consider to approve temporary Class B malt beverage license application, Pulaski Softball Challenge, Memorial Park Baseball Pavilion, June 9th to June 11th, 2017. Grass
I'll make a motion to approve that.
by Doug,
Second.
by Bob Gieske. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Opposed? No. Consider to approve temporary Class B malt beverage license applications, Pulaski Baseball Memorial Park Concession Stand, Nate Petruva, President, for the Summer Classic 1 Tournament, July 7th to the 9th, 2017. Summer Classic 2 Tournament, July 14th through July 16th, 2017. And Summer Classic 3, July 28th to July 30th, 2017.
So moved.
By Bruce.
Second.
Chris, is a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 20, appointment to the Economic Development Ad Hoc Committee. I did have a meeting with Mark Becker, and he'd be more than happy to serve the vacant position replacing John Syndergaard on the Economic Development Ad Hoc. And could I have a motion to make that appointment?
Chris.
Chris?
I'll second it. Also.
Roger, second, yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. It's going to be a good working partner with the county, I think. It's going to help facilitate better communications. So I think it's a great move. Consider to approve outdoor entertainment license application for Thursday, July 20th, 2017 through Sunday, July 23rd, 2017. The Mountain Bay Bar and Grill of 104 South Pulaski, Wisconsin Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin. Cynthia M. Ingalls. This is the typical Polka Days outdoor entertainment.
I'll make that motion.
By Bob Van Lennon,
I'll second it.
by Bruce. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Consider approved beer garden license application Thursday, July 20th, 2017 to Sunday, July 23rd, 2017 for the Mountain Bay Bar and Grill, 104 South Wisconsin Street. I believe that the police department requires fencing. And so as long as they meet the requirements of the police department.
Yeah, there's a special permit they have to have with it, double fencing and all that stuff for that, right?
That's why
I don't
pointed-
believe it's double fencing anymore, but it was a single fencing, there's height restrictions on it.
And the building
The building
inspector
inspector
was-
always goes with me, and the county's gonna have to go there also for the food inspection. If they're gonna serve outside, there's a lot of elements that go into this, it has to meet all the criteria. So we'll follow right off the ordinance.
Because you do that on Thursday, you do that, or?
Usually, we like to do the inspection on Thursday, but Thursday's event taking place, it'd be super nice to have it done on Wednesday. but,
Yeah, if they're not
I
done
have
with-
been
A lot of
doing
times
this
they
for a
don't have
number
it
of
done.
years, and they're not even up until
Yeah,
Thursday,
yeah.
about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're struggling to get it inspected.
So if you
that
find a
they
violation, you could potentially,
Not have it
shut
for
'em
that
up.
night,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
so.
Just offhand, Mark, what are some of the requirements, like for food?
Well-
Stainless steel stuff, or?
Yeah, it's a stainless steel, that the amount, the temperature has to be, there's a bunch of
Is-
stuff, you know, especially if it's in the ventilation, the screening at the grounds, there's several things that go into the criteria based, but it's all spelled, they know it, every year it's the same thing, same inspector, they come out, do an on-site inspection, and if they have a violation, they give them enough time to correct it.
Oh.
That's why you see people struggle at the last minute to catch up for the few violations
Oh.
that they might have to make it through the weekend. And this prevents people from just setting up their gas grill and selling
Yeah,
product.
sure.
I presume Sparava has to go through that, even though he doesn't get any license from the village for all that.
Yeah,
food
his
inspection.
equipment is gonna be all the same. It's a food inspector that comes to him. His place is inspected all the time.
and Polka Days, they don't have to go through the same,
They do.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
they do.
O'Connell County checks on them too, but they have to have their beer license yet,
Across
the
the
outdoor
road, so it's
entertainment, that'll be
O'Connell
coming in the July meeting, I didn't have anybody come in yet.
Oh, so you didn't have these in
Those
that, oh, okay. I thought I seen that in last year's, but,
Yep, so that'll come in July's meeting.
okay.
I don't know who's gonna stop and pick it up.
I don't know.
I'll have to do some.
Maybe they aren't
I
gonna
don't know
sell
who's
beer
on
this year.
first anymore.
What?
Maybe they aren't gonna sell beer this year.
See, we're on the subject, and oh, I won't try and divert off too much, but, so the, Polka Days gets the entertainment license, and don't we, waive that?
No.
No?
No,
What do we waive for them?
could buy it.
No, but I mean, the Polka grounds,
Well, they pay $100 a day
okay,
for exclusive use of the entire community park, basically,
And the shelter with the bathrooms.
and the shelter with the bathrooms.
yeah, which is very reasonable.
I'd say it's,
Dirt cheap.
it's about $94,000 short of reasonable.
Yeah. And then we also waive the police protection, that extra we have to have
We've
overtime.
never waived anything.
Oh, I shouldn't say waive, but we
Don't bill them.
put that in the budget though. I mean, it's coming from our taxpayer money,
Yes, it is.
you know, they're not.
And it always has, as far as I know.
Oh,
I've
always
been here
has.
for over 30 years now.
Well, I'm gonna just interject this then. just real quick, it's something for us to think about, is if we would charge them a reasonable price and use that income to develop our campgrounds with electricity, so we could build on that. Something to generate money for the campgrounds in the future. If somebody has a better idea, good, we'll go with that too, but,
Yeah, $100 a day doesn't bring in much revenue.
yeah, so, a thought, just, I'm sorry to divert from the
We need a motion.
meeting.
I need a motion on number 22 for the beer garden license
So moved.
by Doug,
A second.
by Bob Gieske, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good questions, Roger, but, we're only charging them $100 a day for exclusive use of that park for basically 4 days. And that's what we charge everybody else that uses just the shelter.
And then they pay $10 for the beer license and $25 for the outdoor entertainment. And then the $400, that comes to $100 for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, I hope my questions develop into something more constructive here. That's what I'm looking for, I guess.
Okay, thank you. Consider to approve wine tasting events for the Mountain Bay Coffee and Gifts, 1146 Mountain Bay Drive, Pulaski, Wisconsin, Cindy B. Muther, for Wednesday, June 28th, 2017, from 5 to 7 p.m. A private group wine tasting, 2 wines to taste it and pair with special foods. Thursday, July 20th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. features Duck Creek Winery and food from local vendors. And Friday, July 21st, from 2 to 6 p.m. features Mona Rose Winery and food from local vendors. Could I have a motion to approve those events
I'll make that motion.
by Bruce,
A second.
second by Bob Gieske, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 24, persons desiring to be heard. Persons desiring to be heard. There's nobody left in the audience. Persons desiring to be heard in such other matters as authorized by law. Such other matters as authorized by law. Lieutenant, such other matters. 26, department reports, Public Works.
The bathrooms at the new Memorial Park Pavilion are open. Also, along with that, we have some restoration work to do around the building. So if you see, we did remove the slide and a couple swings in that area. We're gonna take the stone out and put mulch in, just like is on the other half, to make it more handicap accessible for everyone. Stones, it's a little difficult for them, so. Moving right along, if weather holds off, we hope to be done this week doing that. And that's all I have.
There are just a few little things, like Paul Walter said, that needed to get corrected at Memorial Park. And we get that water leak fixed in the bathrooms. Basically, they're good to go, they're functional now.
Yeah.
Wow, what a tremendous improvement to that facility. It's really, really nice. A lot of very positive comments from organizations and from the people in the community. I'm sure you've been getting the same feedback. It's quite a step up. Good job. Anything else, Joel?
Nope.
Sewer and water, Tommy?
I have nothing further for tonight.
Police department?
I had a couple of things. I mentioned to Joe at the, and I met with him, and the park is brand new now. And I do have one DVR that we can utilize that we already own. But I'm recommending that he puts cameras up at both buildings, especially if we can put it on 2 corners and capture both sides of the building. So that if you have somebody do vandalism to that block with the spray paint or something like that, we have a place to start. And it would record 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We would never stop it, never look at it even, because it'll write over the first day and the 7th day, unless something were to happen and we go in and we hit the stop button, go back, take a look and see what we can get out of it. It's not foolproof because it's a mechanical device, it can still go wrong, but it's something that's better than nothing, and you have a lot of money at stake there, so I think that's something that I would recommend that he make that purchase on. for that one for the Pocaday grounds, that we could, the other one that we have.
In fact, I was there this afternoon looking, and they had done the gravel work, and wouldn't you know it, right there was a rock about this big. I picked it up because it's just too much of an
Tempting for somebody.
throw this, you know.
The parade permits have been submitted today for the Pocaday parade. We should hear back in the next couple of days on that. So we're going to be, you know, it's within the 4-week time frame that I need that window to get that approved by the state of Wisconsin. So that has been done. We had 4 deaths over Memorial Day weekend. One of them, which was considered a suspicious death. Paul and I had to go down to Madison, because that's where the ME does the autopsies, and quite different than it is in Brown County, but that's our new location to go, and it looks like it's going to stay. It's much more thorough, much better, but it does suck up a little bit of our time to go down there. And obviously it was on a holiday, but I cannot predict when somebody's going to die, so that's just something that's out there for you to know. And actually, I like the way that they do the autopsies. It's a little more, he explains things, and it's very thorough, very, very thorough. So it's actually not a bad thing at all, just that it's an inconvenience for us to drive to Madison, but life is the way it is, because Dean O'Connell, Dorr, Brown, it's going to more, they do approximately, I think they're at 900 autopsies this year, so it was on the board, and it's much different than it is to do 1 or 2. You have somebody that does every day. They were doing 4 on Monday that we were there. We were the 3rd one up.
So certain cases that goes to Madison, or just?
They have
pretty much everything?
criteria based, and depending on what the circumstances are, they will do it. I mean, let's just hypothetically say that you're 50 years old and you die, you have a heart attack out in your front yard, they're going to want to do an autopsy to find out what caused it. Just because, is this drug related? Is it something that the family has to worry about for genetics? Whatever it might be, but
Okay.
they make that determination, not me, and we just go with the flow. But autopsies are pretty common down there, so we'll see more and more with it. Brown County enacted a county-wide mental health policy. We're going to be conforming to that as an agency, and you saw on TV, anybody who's watching news lately, with the transport to Winnebago and to other places where we're out of beds. We'll call it out of beds because we don't have it. If we're out of beds, we have to transport to either Mendota and Madison, or we have to transport to Winnebago. And with the shortage of the beds and the amount of mental health care, that's another thing that's creeping up on a lot of agencies, because you're talking about 6-hour minimum time of turnaround, if not a little bit more, maybe 8 hours. And that's a huge inconvenience for agencies that transport a lot of mental health people. And we're one of the many that we do. We do a lot of mental health commitments. The numbers are considerably higher than anybody would ever think. Last thing is, they're doing a CART team, which is a child abduction response team, and we're going to be part of that because every agency in Brown County is signing a policy on it. It is going to be good for us, because if we do have an active child abduction, there's going to be a lot of bells and whistles with it. You're going to get about 25 squads responding to this area if we have something. We're going to flood it, try to make it happen within 30 minutes, because that's your critical time before somebody is abducted and killed. We go more into detail about it, but the response on that is going to be much different than it used to be. I had to give him a lot of credit, from City of Green Bay, came from LA, and he saw a lot of things happen, and doing a lot of preventative maintenance in this area, which is really good to see those measures going into actually work out. And hopefully if it saves 1 or 2 lives, it'll be a well worthwhile effort, especially if it's, you know, one of your family's children or grandchildren, whatever it may be. So that's all I had.
How's the new car?
Still waiting for the seat. It didn't come in on time, and I'm just waiting for that company to ship. That's all we're waiting for. It's the holdup on part. That's what it is. And as soon as it comes out, it'll be done. But I've been waiting patiently. That's all I can tell you.
You're a very patient man.
I am, but it's starting to really crawl under my skin, but there's nothing I can do. It was supposed to be delivered the 22nd, it didn't happen. So,
That's it, Mark.
that's all I had.
Thank you. The administration, Ken, anything? Jody? Bill?
Two things. A couple weeks ago, last board meeting, we kind of talked about where we were with the water main break at the high school. There are now 2 cases pending. One was brought by a group of citizens, and the other one was the most recent one was brought by an insurance company. It's the same allegation, the same type of case. There is a motion pending to consolidate them as one case, since all the facts are the same and the allegations are pretty much the same. On an interesting aside, though, from the village's perspective, there was a decision that was rendered by the Court of Appeals about 2 weeks ago that found that a municipality was not responsible for a sewer backup. There was allegations that the municipality was negligent with inspections and servicing and other things that they had sort of voluntarily done in the past. And the court said that's not negligence if they don't do it. So that may have an impact on this case. I don't know yet. I saw the case and I referenced it back to the attorneys involved in the lawsuit, and they were going to take a look at it. I saw an email from them today that they thought it might have some bearing, but they don't know the full extent of it yet. So the second thing I have is that I'm going to propose, and I'll get some more for the committee of the whole, that we amend section 2.03 of the code. That's the provision regarding public bidding. In doing some work for the Green Bay Water Utility, I came across some issues with the ability of public bidding and posting of bids and solicitation of bids when the municipality is doing the work itself. There are some statutory things that we need to clean up with that ordinance, our current code, to allow that to happen and to avoid bidding. And the issue comes up where the statute says that if the municipality does all or part of the work itself, it doesn't have to do a public bid. But there's a discrepancy and an ambiguous part there as to what you actually do have to bid. So we need to clean up the ordinance to revise that. So I'll get a draft of that out for the committee of the whole. But essentially what it'll do is allow us to avoid having to do public bidding if we're going to do the work ourselves.
That's great, because part of the process of doing the shelter memorial, they suggested that insulation wasn't part of the bid, but they allowed the crew to spend 2 days of downtime to do all of the insulation, which cost about $400. And the crew did the work. And so, I mean, for the future, we saved a ton of money if we ever want to, heat that building and try to, give it a longer open period. So.
Can you back up to the first part?
Okay.
Do you have any idea or thought on how long this whole case is gonna